Hey VC, this is Chris. I'm here to do a video in support of the channel Memphis Final Gym and the Misses. I've been enjoying some of their videos recently, and they've also got a contest that I hope just ended. I want to make a video, a fake video that's an entry to their contest, but I don't want to actually enter. But I will follow their, show the Royals things. And I also want to give a little bit of a shout out to some of their videos that I've seen and to Memphis in general. So before I start that, though, I've been trying this new beer, Jalapango by Back 40 Beer Company. It's a Imperial IPA with, I guess, some fruity flavor and some spicy flavor, hence the mango and the jalapeno implication. So, it has a little bit of each, but not too much. Basically just a 10% by volume, alcohol by volume Imperial IPA. So, but to get on with the records and to show, related to some stuff that Memphis Final Gym and the Misses have been showing, he showed a few spoken word records, like how-to or self-help things. So here's one that I had. Glenn Turner speaks out. You can better your best. He was a motivational speaker. I think this was 1971 on the Soundcott label. I think he also got in trouble later on, but he was from the Central Florida area. And then I think this is the one that he was the most famous for. Glenn Turner, Dare to be Great, on the same label. And then there was a trilogy. The third in it is Reaching for the Stars, Mr. Enthusiasm. And this is on the Coscott Interplanetary label rather than the Soundcott label. So I'm not sure what year this was. It's unidentified, from Winter Park, Florida. But I think these were all put out pretty close to the same time in the early 70s. So, and then records related to Memphis. So, first one, Mitch Ryder, the Detroit-Memphis Experiment, produced by Steve Cropper, who was also a guitarist in Booker T and the MGs. So this is not a gatefold, even though it should be, since it's got that photo that wraps around. This is on dot. And then maybe this has been shown already by Final Gym and the Misses. Lonnie Mack, The Wham of the Memphis Man, on a Fraternity label. The Wham of that Memphis Man. And then they've shown a couple Alex Chiltons recently. So here's one, Alex Chilton, Dusted in Memphis. and elsewhere. I don't know if this is a paste on cover, so I don't know how old. Okay, there's it's on the Big Al label. Alex Chilton of Big Star Box Tops. And then here we have the aforementioned Steve Cropper. This is one of his later solo albums. Night After Night. According to this stamp there, it's a promo album. Somebody had pulled a sticker off of it. Record itself, just MCA, you wouldn't be able to tell that it was a promo from that. And then Paul Revere and the Raiders, Going to Memphis. This is on Columbia. Columbia 2i. So this is one of my favorite Paul Revere and the Raider albums. Of course, most of they were pretty consistent with their albums. They were all fairly good. And then they showed some Jerry Lawler albums, which I would like to encounter in the wild someplace, but I haven't seen those. So my wrestling albums that I do have, a WWE or WWF maybe at that point, on Epic. And then Vinyl Richie showed a Fred Blassie record, which I would like to also get. I think it was titled Pencil Neck Geek, maybe. But so I've got this Fred Blassie I Bite the Songs, which is a picture disc. So don't run into many wrestling albums out there, at least not, or older ones or non-WWE type ones, but those were two. So now to get on with the Show Your Royalty album. I repeat, though, this is not a contest entry. It's just, I enjoyed the videos that I saw people make, and I wanted to make one too, and I hope the contest is over so I don't have to worry about it. They had also shown a Joe Ely self-titled album, but here's one that's more related to their contest. Joe Ely, Lord of the Highway. Now I tried to rank these albums in order of ascending order of royalty. So I'm not sure where a Lord fits in, but yeah. This is on High Tone Records. Lord of the Highway. And then XTC. This is a 12-inch EP. The Mayor of Simpleton. Again, I'm not sure where mayors rank in that. They're not royal, but they are, of a rank. This is Geffen Records. XTC, Mayor of Simpleton. And then The Pretty Things. This is a 2 LP set, contains SF Sorrow and Parachute. So I included this because of the song Barren Saturday, which is right there, first song on side 2 of SF Sorrow. And this is on Rare Earth label. So Pretty Things, a 2 LP set. There are 2 albums, Parachute and SF Sorrow. And then The Royal Guardsman, Snoopy and His Friends. Somebody else had shown The Royal Guardsman because of the royal, but I'm including this because of the song it's on Lorry Records. The song is the story of Snoopy versus the Red Baron, and Snoopy versus the Red Baron, the story of the return of the Red Baron, and the return of the Red Baron. So that's the first 4 songs on side 1. So Baron, royalty, but lower down, below dukes. So Dukes of Stratosphere. You're a Good Man, Albert Brown. Backed with the Mole from the Ministry. So this is a Virgin recording, Dukes of the Stratosphere, otherwise known as XTC. Then little jazz, George Duke, Guardian of the Light. This Gatefold. This is on Epic. And then my contribution to all the Prince albums that have been shown. Dirty Mind. Says it includes Uptown. And make sure that you check out the lyrical content before you put it on the air. So, Warner Brothers. And then another one, Fingerprints by the Residents. Not fingerprints as in fingerprints, but fingerprints as in royalty. So on the, looks like the Residents label. Actually, Ralph Records. See the sticker there, 10th anniversary, Ralph. So that's Prince. Now we're moving up to Queen. Emmylou Harris, Pieces of the Sky. So last song on side 2, Queen of the Silver Dollar, which was a Shel Silverstein composed track. But Dr. Hook did the first version, I think, and then Emmylou Harris covered it, Queen of the Silver Dollar. Album is Pieces of the Sky on Reprise Records. And then we have Juice Newton. And she covers Queen of Hearts. And this is on Capitol. Juice Newton. And now we're up to Kings. So the Turtles present Battle of the Bands. I showed this recently, I think, in a Turtles related video, but for the purpose of this, it's on White Whale label. The song is The Chief Kamanawanalea. And we're the Royal Macadamia Nuts. So Turtles, White Whale. And then Adrian Belew, Twang Bar King. This is on Island. He's also been a guitarist with Robert Fripp and King Crimson. And he was in another band, the Bears, I think. But Adrian Belew, Twang Bar King. Now, Electric Light Orchestra. They do a song called In the Hall of the Mountain King. So, Jet Records, Electric Light Orchestra. On the Third Day is the name of the album. In the Hall of the Mountain King. All right, now some self-titled royalty. King Diamond, The Family Ghost. I think Andy had shown this, and maybe Black Vinyl. This is related to the album Abigail, which you can see on the back. This includes a non-album track. The Family Ghost on one side and Shrine on the other side. So King Diamond. And then my contribution to the Carole King showings, not Tapestry or whatever else has been shown, but this one here, Simple Things. Carole King, Simple Things. And then my contribution to the Albert, BB, etc. Nobody's shown any Ben E. King, though. I had an album, but it didn't have a cover, so not very exciting. So Freddie King, Getting Ready. I saw Freddie King in concert. I think it was with, who was it with? While I'm thinking of that, it was either in Memphis or Nashville. I can't remember. Back in the late 70s probably. This is on Shelter Records. And he's got Don Preston in his band, which, you know, Memphis Final Jim will probably recognize. Leon Russell's backing him up. The Blackberries. But that Shelter with the black stripe across it. Freddie King, Getting Ready. So, can't quite remember who he was playing with, but he was on a, on stage with several other groups. So, Chesterfield Kings, Stop. This is on the Mirror Records label. Little neo-psych or new wave of psych, whatever this was called. Chesterfield King, Stop. And then the last three, I think, Rick Wakeman. This is King Arthur. Oh, this is a quad recording, as Dixieland Farms would say. So, Legend of King Arthur, as played by Rick Wakeman of Yes and the Strawbs. So there's the A&M quad label. And then more King Arthur. The soundtrack to the movie Camelot. Richard Burton as King Arthur. Now I thought I had the soundtrack to Beckett too, which would have been King Squared, because it had King Richard II and King Louis VII in it, but I couldn't find that, so I had to settle for just for Camelot with King Arthur. On the Columbia 6i label. And then the last one, we trump all the kings, or we go to the super king, a pharaoh or god king, Tutankhamun of Egypt. So this is the story of there's this booklet, and it's on the Argo label. So there's showing my royals in support of Memphis Vinyl Jim and the Lady. Their 600 sub contest. I hope they get more. They deserve it, and I'm sure that I can help a lot with my 90 subs for them. So thanks everybody for watching. See you later.